Josh Groban slays as Sweeney Todd. Hello everyone, my name is Isabel Budok and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be reviewing Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street on Broadway. This video will feature segments about what the show is about, the sets, the costumes, and choreography. Was the show good? How are the performances? Who should go see this show? As well as some other final thoughts. And what the stage door was like. First segment is what is the show about? Sweeney Todd is about a guy named Benjamin Barker who was sent to prison and comes back to London looking for his wife and his daughter. While he does not find his wife and his daughter, he does find Mrs. Lovett, who is someone he knew from his past life, and he decides to help her in baking her pies. And let's just say chaos and insanity ensue, in case you have not seen the show, which I would highly suggest, in case you have not seen the show. Sweeney Todd is starring Josh Groban and Annalee Ashford, as well as, or at least when I saw it, Jordan Fisher was in it, Gaten Matarazzo is in it, yes, and Ruthie Ann Miles is the beggar woman. It was directed by Thomas Kail and had music supervision by Alex Lacamoire, and I actually got to see him conduct the show before he left. A little bit of a caution, I did see the show in May, but it's still the same show, just some people have left. And my memory might be a little foggy, but I still remember most of the show. And the next segment is sets, costumes, choreography, and orchestrations. So the orchestrations of this were beautifully done by Jonathan Tunick, who has done many of Sondheim's previous works, and Alex Lacamoire was there as a music supervisor. I would, however, like to point out that the factory whistle is not used in this production, which originally I was fine with, but as I listened to other productions more, I kind of miss it. And if you're a big Sweeney fan, you will probably miss it and be like, oh, that's not there. So just so you're aware, it's not there. But if you haven't seen the show before, or you're not very attached to the show, you won't notice anything's gone. But like as a fan of the show, you're like, oh, where's that factory whistle? I personally like the factory whistle now. So the mixing was done very well. This did win Best Sound Design for the Tonys. The sound design was done very well. You could hear the actors, you could hear the orchestra. These orchestrations are beautiful, and you can hear all the parts, and it just sounds so beautiful. And I was lucky enough to see Alex Lacamoire conduct, and there were times when I was distracted by him and just watching him conduct, because it just was so cool. Obviously the production going on was great, but it was just really cool to like look down and be like, oh my god, that's Alex Lacamoire conducting Sweeney Todd. The set is very lackluster of this for this show. When it originally opened on Broadway, it was this like big thing. The people still go down the slide. That still happens. The chair still, and the people go down. That still happens. But it is a lot less extravagant. In the original performance on Broadway, there is more than like the 2011 revival, because that was just like 7 people. This is a lot bigger. There is a bridge that comes down, and that is where the barbershop is. That is where Joanna's room is. And then there was this beautiful crane, and it's so cool. And then it moves in Act 2, and that is very exciting. There is a little bit of an arch, though, around, and I was sitting in mezzanine right, very close to the front, but there were like 5 seconds of the show that I couldn't see just because of where people were standing. So do be aware that I actually have no clue if the seats were marked partial viewing, but there are some bits that you cannot see depending on where you were sitting due to the arch, but I could see the complete rest of the show. Next is the costumes. I don't have much thoughts on the costumes. I thought they looked really good. I thought they conveyed what they had to, which was the everyone being like poor and like sad and depressed in Act 1, and then especially for like Mrs. Lovett and Sweeney and Tobias, like, and then oh, they're rich now in Act 2. And they were just very beautiful gowns. I liked the gowns. I don't have much thoughts on the costumes. I just thought they were good, and they succeeded in what they had to do. Next is choreography. The choreography has been a big topic recently after the Tony nominations. And I really enjoyed the choreography. I thought it was good. I thought it added like mystery, especially for Poor Thing. Up on the bridge that I was previously talking about, they had the ensemble as well as Judge Turpin and Joanna's actors acting out what happens, and I thought that was a very cool way of doing it instead of just having Emily Ashford sing, which she does beautifully, but it adds a little bit more to it and makes it more exciting and adds more like weight and depth to what is going on. Be on Fire, that segment was really cool with the choreography and obviously the opening number, which now everyone has seen. Next segment is, was the show good? Yes, absolutely. It was incredible. This, however, was my first time seeing a live production of Sweeney Todd, so I have nothing live to compare this to. I've obviously listened to the past cast recordings and seen bootlegs of other productions and listened to it, but this was my first time ever seeing this live. But the show was absolutely fantastic. It told the story, it had all the laughs, it had the sad moments. I cried when the bird was killed. I don't know why, but I did. The emotional moments were there, the comedy was there. I think it's a very good production of it, but what really elevates this is the performances, which is our next segment. How are the performances? The performances are the reason to go see the show. It's a great production overall. The set's cool, the orchestrations are cool, but like, it's a overall basic production of Sweeney Todd. I have heard and seen photos and videos of much cooler productions, but this cast is the reason to go see the show. Was not given a thing, so I actually do not know the ensemble enough to know if there were any in the ensemble, but the overall cast was there for my performance. So we'll start with Josh Groban. Josh Groban slays as Sweeney Todd. That is what I named this when I reviewed this for my English teacher. That is what I will say again. Again, I have no live performance of Sweeney to compare it to, but his vocals are amazing, obviously. But I thought his performance was really good, like his acting. Like, you believed he was Benjamin Barker. You believed he was Sweeney Todd. And I just thought it was so good, and it was so captivating, and it was great. Emily Ashford completely steals the show as Mrs. Lovett. She is hilarious. Her voice is beautiful. I cried during Not While I'm Around, much to Gaten, but also to her and her reaction to hearing this and where that is in the story and what she's realizing is going to have to happen. It makes me cry every time I listen to that song. But her performance is just hilarious. It is incredible. And like, go see the show for her. I got to see Jordan Fisher before he left, which was awesome because I love Jordan Fisher, and his singing was great. I actually didn't think it stood out as much other people have. People are saying his voice is very poppy, and that is making it stand out. But I didn't, when listening to the Joanna Quartet, I didn't think it stood out that much. I thought it sounded fine, and it sounded good with everyone else's voices. But his British accent was a problem. I love you, Jordan Fisher, but it was not good. Because, like, Josh Groban did a great job of just having an American accent, and no one thought twice. Emily Ashford, Kate Matarazzo, they did great English Cockney accents, and it didn't take away from their performance. It added to it, because it was good, it fit with the time period, but it really, Jordan's accent was really taxing on his performance, and I was kind of sitting there like, okay, stop talking, next line. Like, it wasn't the best. Kate Matarazzo completely stole the show as well. He plays a very innocent Toby, and it's real. I think he was such a good casting of this role because he is younger, and his voice is so good, and he makes me cry every time I listen to Not While I'm Around. But I need to stop listening to it because I cry every time I hear it. It is so good. His performance is so good. It's so heartwarming. It really makes you feel. It makes you laugh. He's just fantastic in the show. Maria Bilbao, I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name. I apologize if I said it wrong. I loved her Maria. I loved her Joanna. I've loved Maria's Joanna. Yeah, her voice is very beautiful. People think she like floats around like a bird too much, but I thought it was great. She had the urgency during like Kiss Me, and it was great. I loved her. She was great. She was super sweet, and her voice was very beautiful, and she acted out everything as she should have. Her and Jordan's voices blended very well together. Ruthie Ann Mills slayed as the beggar woman. She was great. She was skrelting her face off. She changed accents when she changed like her persona as the beggar woman, kind of. And yeah, she was great. This ensemble is also great. I really applaud those sopranos for hitting those notes. Yeah, it's just an overall amazing cast, and all those performances are great. My standout song numbers are, though, Not While I'm Around, obviously, Epiphany, loved it. By the Sea, Annalie Ashford is hilarious, and she sounds so good. The seagull noise, that's what I'm gonna say. Joanna Quartet, obviously, it's beautiful. And then the opening and epilogue with the choreography and the whole ensemble, and it's great. There were also a couple Sweeney reprises that I absolutely loved, which is the one where everyone was standing on the stairs. That was great. And then the one in Act 2 where they like switch melodies. I really liked that one as well. Next segment is Who Should See the Show. Anyone who's a Sondheim fan, I would recommend this show to. Anyone who has not seen this show, I think this is a great show to go see if you want to go see Sweeney Todd, because people will recognize Gaten Matarazzo and Annalie Ashford and Josh Groban, so you will go to see them, but you will find this incredible work of art and this incredible show. So if you want to go see it, I would highly recommend going to see it. So any Sondheim fans, any Josh Groban fans, if you're a fan of anyone in the cast, go see them. Yeah, everyone in this cast is great, so if you're a fan of anyone, go see it. If you like Sweeney Todd, go see it. Although it is sad the Factory Whistle isn't there, this is a great production, and these performances are really great, and from what I have heard, they have improved even more than from what I have seen. Now it is time for the final thoughts, as well as how was the stage door. So this is an amazing production. The cast is great. The cast is why you should go see the show. Everything about it, the lighting, the sound. It won 2 Tony Awards for lighting and sound. The costumes, like, it's just such a beautiful production. It is, everyone in that cast is so talented, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. Again, I have nothing to compare this to, so if I have seen that original production or the London revival, I may have very different thoughts on it, but from having seen, loving the show and having seen no other live production, I absolutely loved it. Yes. Other things that I would like to add is this show is going on tour in 2025, so if you cannot go see it right now, you can wait and go see it on tour. Obviously, Josh Groban and Annalie Ashford will not be starring in it, but I'm sure they will find incredible replacements. I'm hoping Jenna Dewall as Mrs. Lovett, because I need to go see her in that role. I know she's amazing. So I'm hoping that that tour is great and successful, because I think it will be, because this is a great production. And now it is time for stage door. I have quite a few signatures. Sadly, Jordan and Gaten did not come out when I went to go see it, which was very sad, but I got to meet Josh Groban, and that's all that matters. So yes, Josh and Annalie did come out. They were 2 of the last people to come out. There were like 1 or 2 people after them, and then it was done. So you do have to wait a little bit to meet them, but I think it's absolutely worth it. There are a lot of people, so I would suggest going back a different day or going after a matinee. So there might be less people, but not as many people might come out. It really just depends. Every stage door is different, but I would highly suggest doing it, especially if you're a fan of these people. They are all so nice. Like, obviously there are so many people, so it is very short interactions, but like the ensemble members, they talk to you. Like Josh and Anna, like, they sign, they take a photo with you, they might say like 2 words and they're on to the next person, which is sad, but like it literally takes them 30 minutes to talk to meet everyone. So, but the ensemble members, if you stop and talk to them, they will talk to you, which is very nice. I talked to Maria a little bit. She was super nice. And then Paul Jordan Jansen, who was in the ensemble, he's the first one to say attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. He was also very nice and talked to me and the person next to me. So yeah, talk to the ensemble members, and if they do not, then that's fine. If they don't want to talk for a while, that's fine. But yeah, a lot of the ensemble members talked to you and had conversations. And if they're running busy, don't harass them. Let them go. They have places to be. They might have family to see or whatever. Or they might just be tired because this is a hard show. So remember to be nice to everyone, even the people that are standing around you, because they are fans most of the time and want to meet everyone too. So do not shove people. Make sure everyone gets to like meet the people. So yeah. It is crazy, but it is worth it, and a lot of people did come out, and they're all very, very nice. So that has been my review of Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street on Broadway. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I finally got to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. So next is 100,000, which is a lot, but who knows, maybe I can make it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!